Okay, so question number 7. What is the oxidation state of an individual sulfur atom in barium sulfate? Okay, so let's define what an oxidation number is. This is the charge that an atom would have if the compound was composed of ions. Okay, so let's look at barium sulfate. We can separate it into its ions to make it easier for us to find the oxidation numbers. So SO4 is an example of a polyatomic ion called sulfate, and it has a charge of 2-. So if we were to break apart barium sulfate, barium has a 2+ charge, and the sulfate ion in total has a 2- charge. So there are different rules when you need to find the oxidation number, and one of the main ones is that oxygen tends to have an oxidation number of -2, except when it is in a peroxide, it would have a -1 oxidation number, but in this case, it has an oxidation number of -2. So notice that there are 4 oxygen atoms. So each oxygen atom, well, each of it contributes the -2 charge, and we have 4 of it, so it has a total of -8. So the oxidation number of sulfur needs to be +6. And we know this because since the sulfate ion has an overall 2- charge, we know that the sulfur isn't going to have an oxidation number of +8 because it's not neutral. So in order for the sulfate ion to have a -2 charge, the oxidation number on sulfur can be +6. And then barium just has its 2+ charge as its oxidation number. Okay, so let's see what the junior tutor said. By definition, the oxidation number of an atom is the charge that an atom would have if the compound was composed of ions. It is altered as an oxidation state as it indicates the total number of electrons that an atom either gains or loses in order to form a chemical bond with another atom. To determine the oxidation number of the nitrate, and I think they mean the sulfate ion, we have to consider some rules. The important rules are the oxidation number of oxygen in a compound is usually -2, except in peroxides where it is -1. Nitrogen compounds, on the other hand, encompass oxidation states of nitrogen ranging from -3, as in ammonia and amides, to +5, as in nitric acid. The sum of all the oxidation numbers in a polyatomic ion is equal to the charge of the ion. So therefore, we let X equal the number of sulfur in barium sulfate, and the oxidation number of barium is +2, and for oxygen it is -2. Okay, so they showed how if you had the sum of all of those oxidation numbers in barium sulfate, it should equal to 0. So then they just solved for X and got +6. Yep, so this solution is correct.